Hey, it's Garrett again, working on Polm. I wanted to show you my new terrain that I've been working on for the past year and a half, well, almost a year, with the coding and the modeling of the terrain along with texturing and lining them up correctly. So, I'm just going to play this and hopefully the output will record. And this is going to be a massive terrain I've been working on for a year. It's a lot of work, staying up late, coding, working on textures. Bam, there it is. There it is. That's all I have in 1 year. My terrain. It's a desert. Let's take a look at this terrain. I think it's marvelous. A player would see this. He can get from point A on one side of the map to point B on the other side in about 50 seconds. So I would say that's pretty good for an online game. 50 seconds from one side to another. So the only problem is that you'll be able to see your enemies, and they'll be within like maybe 15 or 20 seconds on an average time scale. Alright, well, I was just playing with you. Let me get back to the actual map I've been working on. Give me one memento to open this up. There we go. Okay, so this is the actual real map I wanted to show you. Okay, so we're under the water. Let's get out of the water. Alright, here we go. There's my ocean. Imagine if you were swimming in the ocean. Now, let's go look at the world. There's 256 sections of terrain, all lined up correctly. And let me see if I can get you an idea of how big a player would be on this terrain. Okay, let's see here. I gotta find the right piece. Okay, here we go. You'll notice in front of me, you'll see the two corners that are actually have the water in the background. A player would actually fit in about 25% of this one tile. Just imagine a square. If that was a square, you would be able to see the whole entire player from this camera view right here. So, that being said, let's take a look at more of the terrain. It's a little island. Some rocky beaches. I still have to work on the underwater portion of my world, but it is there. So, there's the island portion. There's a few other islands around the map here, but we'll get there. Pretty neat with the water effects in the ocean if you look out. At least I think so. There's some of the coral reefs that I've been working on. And then let's get back to the world. Keep in mind that what you're seeing is 256 little pieces of terrain. Well, I say large pieces of terrain that are aligned side by side. And you'll notice that I've been actually working on the terraforming. You'll notice here this little divot in the terrain. I'm going to be creating a river, a little waterfall at the top. I'm currently working on volumetric water for the above ground or above ground level water. You'll see in the distance right there that some pieces of the map, they're actually not lining up correctly. It's because right now I'm working on a line of distance code where if the terrain's too far, it shows a lower polygon count version of that model. But as we get closer with the camera, you'll see that it'll jump right into place. Once the other terrain next to it is fixed and also has the same LOD distance parameter set to it, you won't even notice that. There it is. So we're still traveling around our world. Let's get a player's view. You can see the detail in this world. It's pretty cool, in my opinion. Just imagine some trees here. I have yet to code. Actually, that's going to be next. After I fix the water. I think the water looks like crap. I don't know who coded the water. Guess I did. Little valleys in here. Now we'll start to go up, make our way up a mountain. Slowly but surely. Turn around and see what we see in the ocean. There's a nice view of the ocean and the clouds, the sky. Let's keep on working our way up the mountainside. I feel like a rock climber. Just continually climbing. Whoa, there's a drop off. Yeah, you don't want to get stuck in there with a few bears and monsters. Up the rock face we go. That'd be a nice place for a town right up here, overlooking the whole entire world pretty much. Continue moving. This is like the peak of the mountain. A little path that I created to get up there. Oh, I guess that's not a path. It's a huge drop off. But you'll see there's a little path in there. Let's go back up the mountain. Oh geez, we're not at the top yet. Working our way up. Nice little drop off there too. Let's go over here. Up the mountain we go. Oh, here we go. Top of the mountain, finally. Now remember, I had to model this terrain and line it all up. There's a lot of work that's here. Plan on expanding it further, but this is going to be at least the test portion of the game that I can use to code in some functions and test them out. There's the other side of the island here. Pretty nice view from up here. Another little drop off. Some shoreline. There should be another drop off right down here. Just imagine your player standing right on the peak here. I modeled this especially for a town. Imagine a town at this hillside. And here's the drop off. It's a pretty big hillside. Continue through. Once again, you'll know that there's little divots in the terrain for volumetric water. Another view of the world from a different perspective. Looking out into the ocean. Some more islands. You'll notice that there's a huge chunk taken out of my terrain, about center of the screen right here. That was a random piece that I coded to use the LOD code, which means it would disappear once the camera gets too far, but I've yet to tweak that. So here's the overall world. If you were up here, you wouldn't be able to see any players. They'd be so small. Almost like ants. 256 pieces of terrain. I like that water effect right there. And then if you're looking out in the ocean, it's not too bad. Although I think I can modify that. Play with the water a little bit. Doesn't really make a difference, but oh well. Alright, well, here it is. This is going to be the world that I'll be using as my test bed for the game Polm. And you will be seeing it soon, and playing on it too. Thanks.